As a therapist, this is one of the best analogies I know to help us to understand how deeply embedded our beliefs are, how deeply embedded our relational styles are, how deeply embedded these patterns that we're trying to escape and break out of are in us, and how important it is for us to understand that this understanding is what brings compassion. Compassion isn't this natural felt sense of ooh, goo, goo, gaga. Compassion is the natural result of authentic understanding. So if you want to understand yourself, understand this. You were learning about relationships before you even knew what a relationship was. Imagine looking at a 10-year-old, right, who is speaking English. And imagine asking them like, hey, when did you start learning to speak English? Right? Before the child even knows what a language is, they've already internalized almost fully the syntax, the context, the language, the words. And you too, right? You, before you even knew what relationships were, before you even knew what it meant like to interact with people, you were learning the subtleties of what do I need to do to get my needs met. And so it takes time. Imagine how unfair it would be for us to look at a 10-year-old who was raised in an English-speaking house and to say, why don't you speak Spanish? That's what you're doing to yourself when you say, why don't I change? Why can't I change any more quickly? It's because first you have to understand that you developed your internal operating system, the interpersonal styles, the defenses, the being really loud, the being really quiet, the moving towards, the moving away, the moving against. This is the relational language that you developed in the context that you developed in. It is an operating system. And so just like it's hard to learn a new language, it's hard to learn a new way of thinking, a new way of interacting, a new way of relating. Understanding builds, breeds, creates compassion. So if you want to become more compassionate towards yourself, understand the context that you developed in, because you make sense. You just don't understand fully the environment that makes sense out of your internal experiences. If you understand the context, you will understand yourself.